my name is Salah Hassan, Professor of Strategic Brand Management at the GW School of Business, and welcome to the Brand Talk. And with us today, I would like to welcome Mr. Bruce Gudenberg, who is the Vice President for Marketing at the National Harbor. Welcome, Bruce, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Professor Hassan, for inviting me to the class this semester. I very much enjoyed the experience of coming back to campus. As you know, I'm an alum of the GW Business School and seen this wonderful building, and so it's nice to see some of where my tuition dollars went so many years later.
And also I would like to thank Bruce for sponsoring two of our MBA teams that have worked on a project. This is sort of an applied learning experience for them as part of a course on strategic brand management. Incidentally, we started the strategic brand management course back 10 years ago. And it was, at the time, was the first strategic brand management course to be offered at a graduate level business school in the Washington Metro region. And we are very proud of that heritage, so we are, this semester we are celebrating our 10th anniversary. I'm sure as a destination in its own way, National Harbor is facing one of the challenges is really bringing awareness and strengthening the awareness of the brand. And I wanted to ask you basically a question in where are you with the development of a destination marketing organization in order to chart a new direction for National Harbor and strengthening its awareness, not only locally but regionally and potentially even as an international magnet of international tourists in the capital region here. So I wanted to ask you on that direction, what is your vision from a marketing standpoint? Where do you plan to direct the marketing efforts of National Harbor and bringing a stronger awareness and stronger, hopefully, brand recognition and loyalty as a premier, at least regional destination for the time being, and potentially even becoming a major attractor of conventions and events as well? Especially now with next year MGM is going to open, so that I'm sure is going to change the landscape for National Harbor.
The interesting question about National Harbor and how we organize ourselves to be able to market our destination is a very unique challenge. There are many different organizations that are out there promoting their unique selling opportunities, whether it be Visit Orlando, Experience Columbus, or even Destination DC in the nation's capital. We're trying to make sure that we position National Harbor as its unique selling point and how we can work with the community at large, as well as identify ourselves as a destination. So we are exploring very seriously the creation of a destination marketing organization, a DMO. We are trying to determine its structure, its relationship with Prince George's County and its Convention and Visitors Bureau, as well as to be affiliated with DMAI, Destination Marketing Associations International, the national international organization out there to acknowledge the industry as a whole. We're confident that we will come up with a model that works, that is not in conflict with anybody that exists, but yet works to make sure that we can market National Harbor as its true destination. We are going through the foundation to create a membership-based organization where we anticipate the Peterson company, the commercial real estate company who we work with, to be a partner and a member, to work with Gaylord National to come on board, and expectations from the hotel community in downtown National Harbor to include some of the hotels that are there, as well as MGM and Tanger to be the founding members of the National Harbor Convention and Visitors Association, or DMO. But it's not just going to be about National Harbor, because we do know that we need to work with the greater community as a whole. We are a rest area on 95, for lack of a better term, and there are many motor coaches that will be coming up and down the corridor, and we welcome them to come in for hours just as much as days. So whether it be working with National Tour Association, the American Bus Association, or the Student Youth Travel Association, we want to make sure that we use our Convention and Visitors Authority to reach out to those marketplaces to increase awareness from a travel and tourism perspective. Additionally, the DMO will be structured to work with the international market and make sure that we're ready to present National Harbor as a unique opportunity to come when you're coming to the U.S. and as well as coming to the nation's capital. We know many of people that come today, stay at National Harbor and use it as their foundation to go out to Annapolis, to go to Old Town Alexandria, to go to Mount Vernon, and of course to go to the nation's capital to see all of its history. But it presents a very unique setting for that, where you can still activate on the waterfront, you can have some unique dining experiences, and have a way to escape some of the main downtown areas, depending on what your personal interests are. A DMO is clearly the way that we need to do that, and structuring it to make sure it fits within the criteria out there is something that we're working on now, and I'm hopeful that by the time we do our next project together, and the research-based, it'll be in existence and be able to test some of that and how its awareness is doing independent of National Harbor as a whole, because National Harbor will still continue to market locally and regionally to make sure that it is a engagement community for the people that live in the district in Maryland and Virginia.
One additional question that I would like to raise, as you know, we have really celebrating now the 10th anniversary of the Strategic Brand Management course here. Since we started 10 years ago, we've been using a client-based learning experience for our students, and we have had clients that sponsor teams, and we have had major destinations. We had the Mexican Tourism Bureau in Washington, and branding Mexico and rebranding Mexico as a matter of fact effort. And we have worked also with other entities and tourism boards, as well as major hotels. Since we have started this relationship, I would like to know what are your plans with, now you have had two teams present, what are the main takeaways, and where do you see this relationship moving in terms of learning from the projects? And definitely the students have learned a great deal as well. This is deeply embedded in our culture in George Washington University's project-based learning and within the business school. I know you are an alum of the GW School of Business, and we are very proud of you, and it's wonderful to have you back, and thank you for your support. So I was wondering, what are the main takeaways?
It was a wonderful experience to be able to work with you and your students to take the advantage of their knowledge-seeking desires and our information desires to kind of see how National Harbor is perceived without the community as a whole. Working with professional students that have in the working world, as well as students that are full-time, and really getting some of their insight has been very unique for me in my new role. As you know, I've only been on the job for just about 3 months, so it's been a great foundation to really learn a little bit about the perceived expectations of National Harbor, both from working with my great coworkers and working with the team here. The real-world experience of working with the students has provided a foundation that I am confident we will use as we're creating our strategic plan for National Harbor, both from a domestic perspective, from a tourism side of it, internationally, and of course from a regional perspective, because we want the greater DC, Maryland, Virginia communities to really be engaged with National Harbor, to enjoy it as a place to have a staycation, a weekend getaway, or extended opportunity to see the region as a whole. Washington, D.C. is a wonderful city, and National Harbor provides a very unique opportunity to experience it, both from our waterfront experiences as well as some of the unique shopping, dining, and experiences there, as well as from a convention and tourism perspective. So it's great to kind of get a new, fresh perspective from the students' eyes. It's great to have some of the data that we'll be able to analyze and use for this project and other projects forthcoming. And I do hope we will continue this relationship for many, many years, because I think, as we've discussed, there's many different ways we can segment the marketplace and really learn to help National Harbor grow. And the aspect of that is it's really about economic development. The more that the harbor grows, the more people that we keep employed, the more people that we generate taxes to kind of help the area grow and really activate Washington, D.C.'s waterfront.
Bruce, I would like to thank you, and thanks for your team for your support. You definitely added a very critical component to the applied learning experience of our MBAs, and thank you for your continuous support, and we continue to be interested in working with you and National Harbor team, and thank you to your team for all your support as well.
Thank you again, Professor Hassan, for having me out today. I really appreciated the opportunity to work with you and your students, and a chance to return to GW. As you know, I'm a graduate student from the School of Business, and as I appreciate that some of my tuition dollars have paid for this wonderful new building. So hopefully that will continue for many years to come. It's been a great opportunity to get some insight from your class and learning some of their research and their insights to the program, and I look forward to working with you again in many projects to come.